Hello there, I'm Graeme Garden.
And I'm Tim Brooke-Taylor.
And this is Beat the Nation, the show where every question has been tested on over 1,000 people nationwide.
Yes, we know exactly how many people got each question right and exactly how many got them wrong.
Quite simply, the more you beat, the more you score. And remember, the best contestants will return to battle it out in our end-of-series £25,000 grand final. So let's find out who's hoping to score those points today. Tim.
Well, first up, we have Roger Hemming. He's an estate agent from Wellington in Somerset. You've also been something else before an estate agent. What was that?
That's right. I worked for about 6 months for an undertaker's in southwest London.
Was that enormous fun?
No, it was horrible, actually. That's why I didn't last very long.
No, I think most people would assume it was. But you're a bit of a cook, aren't you?
That's right, yes. I tend to do all the cooking at home. It's how I relax after a hard day at the office. Yeah, indeed, it's right that I find it better than playing football or sport or whatever.
Right, but you cook for somebody who's a bit of a cook himself.
Correct, yeah. Quite a few years ago now, I took part on MasterChef on television, and one of the guest judges was Egon Ronay.
It's a cook for Egon Ronay. Ooh, congratulations.
Thank you.
Next to Roger is Nikki Bully. She's an administrator for the Home Office. She lives in Green Meadows, Swindon. And you did something to yourself which was pretty silly at one stage, Nikki, with all due respect.
Yes, I did. I haven't got much common sense at the best of times, but my washing machine flooded and I stood in the puddle in the kitchen and unplugged it and unfortunately electrocuted myself.
It's a great name, Bully. Do you get all sorts of nicknames, or...?
No, it's my married name, so...
Did your husband get bullied at school?
No, he's a very big lad.
Is he? It's surprising how you don't bully big lads. Next to Nikki is Damien McIntaggart. He's a statistician, and that's not easy to say, from Grantham in Lincolnshire. But you did something to your passport which was not a good idea, Damien. What was this?
Well, I thought everyone did it. I wrote a few emergency phone numbers in my passport, and when I was trying to fly to America, I got stopped at customs because they thought that the numbers might represent the combination to some kind of nuclear bomb or something like that.
So don't write in your passport.
Don't write in your passport. That was the end of my trip.
This is a public service warning. Next to Damien is Susan Marsh, who's a post office worker from Works Up in Nottinghamshire. But you also have another job. What's that?
I'm a relief dinner lady.
And are you popular?
Oh. I go round to different schools, but there's some funny stories of children that just laugh, don't you?
Do they take the mick?
On Red Nose Day, on the Friday, I went and got my little hat on and they went, Miss, your hair's red. And then come Monday, I'm there, Miss, your hair's still red and it's not Red Nose Day.
Don't you just love children?
Yes.
Graeme, those are our admirable contestants.
I'm already lost in admiration. Now, round one, as always, features questions that most people in Britain don't know the answer to. Our polling tells us that less than half of the nation can answer the following questions. But can our contestants? Let's find out. Now, contestants, I remind you, whichever one of you fails to get 150 points in this round will be leaving early. So fingers hovering over those buzzers, because here come the questions. The plane in which Lindbergh first flew the Atlantic, Roger?
Spirit of St. Louis.
Was called the Spirit of where? St. Louis was all I needed, correct.
35% of the nation got that right. I'm sure you know by now. 65% got it wrong, so you start with 65 points, Roger. Well done.
And just need 85 to go through to the next round. Between 1689 and 1694, Britain had joint monarchs on the throne. William III and who else? Damien.
Queen Mary.
Queen Mary is right.
28% got that right, but more importantly again, 72% got it wrong, so Damien, you start with 72 points. Well done.
Damien needs 78 to go through. Roger, 85. Nikki and Susan both need 150. Which of James Bond's adversaries was played by Richard Keel? Roger.
Jaws.
Jaws is correct.
Roger, you need 85 to get through to the next round, and that's worth 85, so you're through to the next round. Well done.
So Roger goes through. Damien needs 78 to join him, and Nikki and Susan still to score. James Ramsay MacDonald was the first British Prime Minister from which party, Damien?
Labour Party.
That's right.
Damien needs 78 to get through, and that's worth 78, so you just get through. Well done.
So Damien and Roger have both gone through very neatly and precisely with exactly the right scores. Nikki and Susan, you are neck and neck, needing 150 points. What was the nickname of the German Field Marshal Erwin Rommel? Susan.
Rom?
Probably was.
Only to his very close friends.
Susan included.
Not Rom. Any idea, Nikki? No?
No.
He was known as the Desert Fox.
Or Rom, and that was worth 66 points.
Which museum changed its name from the South Kensington Museum in 1899? Nikki?
Victoria and Albert?
It was indeed, yes.
Only 12% of the nation knew that, so well done if you got it right at home, but it was worth 88 points. Good start, Nikki.
So, Nikki, you need 62 points to go through. Susan still needs 150, but still everything to play for. What completes the title of Tom Sharp's novel, Porterhouse? Nikki?
Blue.
Blue is correct.
Nikki, you need 62 to get through, and that's worth 69, so you're through to the next round. Well done.
So, Nikki goes through there to join Roger and Damien in round 2. Susan, you were outbuzzed, never got off the mark there. Bad luck. But Tim's in a very generous mood, and I'm sure his wallet will have a little something to help you on your way.
Always generous, Graeme. And Susan, I'm hoping you'll go home with £100 if you can predict just how clever the nation is. Listen to the following question. What is the study of handwriting called? Now, you don't have to know. Would you happen to know?
Graphology.
Absolutely right. But the question is, what percentage of the nation do you think got this right? You've got a margin of error of 10% either way. It's not an easy question, but...
53.
53, OK. So you've got a margin of error of 43 to 63%. Let's see, what percentage of the nation got this right? And let's get it up to the 43, please. Go on, go on. Oh, only 25% of the nation got that right. I'm sorry, you've been let down very badly by the nation, Susan. However, thanks very much for coming on the show.
Thank you.
So it's goodbye to Susan, leaving us with Roger, Nikki and Damien, who line up for round 2. Just 6 questions here, and as ever, these questions have been asked to over 1,000 people right across Britain. But they've also been asked to a celebrity guest. Our contestants will score points for correct answers, but they could double those points if they can guess whether our celebrity knows the answer or not. So, Tim, who's joining us today?
Today, Graeme, we're joined once again by that wizard of entertainment, a man with the ghostly power to replicate exact copies of himself. I give you Graeme Garden.
Right. Contestants, I remind you, he hasn't got the answers written down in front of him like I do. OK? Fingers on buzzers. Here comes the first of your 6 questions. What in Cockney rhyming slang are daisies? Roger.
Boots.
Boots is right.
And you get 80 points for that. Now, you can say Graeme doesn't get it right or right, and he won't be hurt.
I think he will.
You think he will?
I think
All
he
right.
will.
Graeme, did you get that right?
Cockney rhyming slang, my old man's a dustman. Daisy roots are boots, so I guess daisies are boots.
You're right to go with him, and you double to 160. Well done.
Shrewd double there for Roger. Which sport is played on Smith's Lawn in Windsor Great Park? Roger.
Polo.
Yes, it is.
For which you get 80 points again. Again, would Graeme know this?
I think he will again,
You
yes.
think he will again? You have great faith in him. Big Graeme.
Windsor Great Park. On the lawn. It's not croquet, it's something royal. Windsor Great Park, the sport played there, it must be polo.
Well, you were right to put your faith in him, and rather disgustingly, he got it right again, so that doubles to 160.
So Roger's bagged the first 2 questions. Here comes question 3. Who directed the 1992 film biopic Malcolm X? Nikki.
Spike Lee.
Yes, he did.
For which you get 84 points. Now, the question is, would Dr. Graeme Garden get this right?
No, I don't think Graeme will know this one.
You don't think so? Big Graeme, do you?
Malcolm X, I think, was directed by Spike Lee.
Oh, ye of little faith. You don't double, you just get the 84, Nicky.
So halfway through the round, Roger ahead with 320, Nikki with 84, failing to double there. Damien still to start, but we have plenty of points and big doubles, so there's still everything to play for. Which king was born in Dunfermline Palace on November the 19th, 1600? Nikki.
James I.
Not James I. Damien.
Charles I.
Charles I is right.
Shrewd. You get 97 points for that, which means that only 3% of the nation got that right. Very well done if you got that right at home. Now, the question is, did Graeme get it right?
3% is a low number, but yes, I think he did.
You think he did? Faith in him again. Graeme?
Hopeless on dates. I think James the First.
Yeah, well, it was going to be one or the other. You think you'll get it right? Well, you got 97, so you stick with that.
2 questions left. Roger still out in front, 320. Nicky, 84. Damien, 97. Shakespeare left his wife his second best what when he died? Damien.
Hat.
No. Nicky.
Bed.
Bed is right.
For which you get 92 points, so only 8% got this. Would Graeme get this?
I think Graeme will know this.
All right, you have faith in him. Graeme?
His wife, Anne Hathaway, got the second best bed.
She did indeed, so you doubled to 184. Well done.
So it's the last question. Roger, 320. Nicky, 268. Damien on 97, but with a big double, it could still be done. So, fingers on buzzers. Which fibrous protein is contained in hair and nails? Nicky.
Keratin.
Is the right answer.
For which you get 77 points. Now, would Graeme know the answer to this?
Yes, I think he will.
You think he will? Graeme, faith in you.
Hair and nails contain chitin.
Chitin? Is that how you pronounce it?
No, it's not. Chitin is what insects are made of. I got it wrong.
You got it wrong. So you don't double, you just get the 77 points. I'm very honest, Graeme.
So, despite my embarrassing lapse of knowledge there, Nicky has 345 points at the end of that round. Roger has 320, and they go through. Damien with only 97, I'm afraid we shan't be seeing you in part 2, but I'm sure Tim has a cheque with which to dry your tears as you go.
Well, Damien, I've got £100 up for grabs if you can work out who did the best, private school or state school educated people, when asked the following question. According to the story by Jules Verne, how many days did it take for Phileas Fogg and Passepartout to go around the globe? Would you happen to know?
80 days.
80 days, absolutely right. But the question is, private or state, which is more likely to got this right? It is slightly 50-50, I have to say, but you might have a logic.
Well, you'd think it should be private. So,
be.
assuming it's not a trick question, I'm still going to go with private.
OK, well, let's first of all see what percentage of state school got this right. Come on, state school. Not too much, though. Oh, this is... Oh, dear. Oh, this is rather a lot. Oh, 90% is slightly worrying. Come on, private school. All that money spent, it's got to be worth it. What percentage? Please, just for Damien's sake, make it more than 90. Go. Oh, 66%, I'm sorry. You've been let down by the private schools. Not worth the money, quite clearly. Thanks very much, though, Damien, for being on the show.
So it's goodbye to Damien. In part 2, Nicky and Roger will be going head-to-head to see which one of them will be playing to beat the nation. But before we take a break, Tim is going to leave us hanging in quiz limbo with one of his cerebral 1%ers.
Yeah, this is a question answered correctly by just 1% of the nation. Now, today's question is, the Anvil Chorus features in which opera by Verdi? The Anvil Chorus features in which opera by Verdi? Do you know it at home? Well, find out if you're right or not after the break.
We'll see you then.
The new Citroën C2 HDI with unbeatable fuel efficiency from 6495. Now, with cash injection system. The Citroën C3 with 4-star Euro NCAP safety rating from 6995. Money bags fitted as standard. Citroën, innovators in value.
Well, I'm a design student. I often need visuals from the internet, and since we've had BT broadband, it's just a lot quicker and a lot faster.
My son does his homework on the internet every night. He's absolutely appalling at handwriting, but since he's discovered the internet, his work has improved greatly.
Being able to get onto the internet and access the internet very fast, you can pull off masses of really good teaching materials.
Broadband from BT with free modem and free connection.
A little modesty, £15. A pedigree coat, £10. Something fancy, £30. Something sweet, 80p. Paint job, peace, passion, pride. England united.
priceless.
There are some things money can't buy. For everything else, there's MasterCard, proud sponsor of UEFA Euro 2004.
2 minutes to go, and you wonder where a goal is coming from. Time is against them. Oh, that's a bad mistake, though. And he's got a real chance here, and he scored! That will surely win it! Just when it seemed as if time was running out, they have got the goal! Yeah!
We never really grow up, but our driving does. That's why Saga can offer low-cost motor insurance for people 50 and over. Call 0800 50 52 54.
Diets. By the evening, I'm always hungry. Everything reminds me of food. There is another way. Slim Fast frozen ready meals release energy steadily and help keep hunger away. Slim Fast frozen ready meals. Stop dieting. Start losing weight.
Hi-ho! Hi-ho! Hi-ho!
Don't suppose I'd be much good at that.
Use your head. Teach. Give the telly a break. Swap your remote for ours. For tropical places at great prices, call 0870 166 8000.
Leaving your home because you can no longer cope with the stairs can be an emotional and financial nightmare. So call 0800 715 300 and get Stana stair lifts to solve your problem. Easily installed on straight or curved stairs, the Stana stair lift offers a smooth, quiet ride. A swivel seat that easily folds away, and it's fully guaranteed. Call 0800 715 300, ask for a free brochure, and trust Stana to make things easier.
Welcome back to Beat the Nation. Now, Tim, will you give us the answer to that 1% question?
Well, Graeme, before the break, I asked you, the Anvil chorus features in which opera by Verdi? Nikki or Roger, would you know?
No. The Merry Widow?
Barbara of Seville? I don't know.
No. Graeme, would you know?
Well, I would guess Aida, but I'm not at all sure.
Wrongly. The answer is Il Trovatore. Giuseppe Verdi, an Italian composer, was best remembered for his many operas such as La Traviata and Aida. Il Trovatore premiered in Rome in January 1853 to worldwide critical success. But it's no song and dance if you got that wrong, because just 1% of the nation got it right. Well done if you did.
Meanwhile, Nikki and Roger remain in the quiz, and now the pressure is really on them. In this round, I'm going to ask questions back and forth between each contestant in turn. The questions getting harder and harder until someone finally cracks and gets one wrong. Now, wrong answers will cost a life, and our contestants start with only 3 lives each. Nikki, you were the highest scorer at the end of the last round, so the first question will go to you. Let battle commence. Nikki, your first question is a fairly simple one. It's a 20-pointer. Who was President of the United States from 1993 to 2000?
Bill Clinton.
Yes, he was. Roger, you get a 40-pointer. If you were to travel south on the A1 until you reached its end, in which city would you arrive?
London.
Yes, you would. Nikki, a 70-pointer. Most people don't know the answer to this. Cobra beer comes originally from which country?
India.
Yes, it does. So Roger gets an 80-pointer. In music, what does pianissimo mean?
Faster.
Pianissimo means very quietly. So with that, you lose the first of your 3 lives there, Roger, down to 2. The questions stay with you, but we go back to a simple one, a 20-pointer. What was the nickname of ski jumper Eddie Edwards?
The Eagle.
Yes, it was. Nikki, a 60-pointer. The Hollywood actor Sir Anthony Hopkins was born in which UK country?
Wales.
Yeah, that's right. Roger, you got a 70-pointer, getting tougher now. Which famous artist painted Pavement Cafe at Night?
Renoir.
It was painted by Vincent van Gogh. And that means a second life has gone. Now, Roger, you must give me correct answers from now on to stay in the game. The questions stay with you, but we go back to a simple 10-pointer. When someone upsets the equilibrium of a situation, they are rocking the what? When someone upsets the equilibrium of a situation, They are rocking the what?
The boat.
That's right. Nikki, a 40-pointer. What is the name of the Egyptian picture writing found in ancient Egyptian tombs?
Hieroglyphics.
That's correct. Roger, a 70-pointer, getting harder again. Brecon Beacons is a national park in which country?
Wales.
It is. Nikki, you get an 80-pointer. Often used for drinking tankards, pewter is made mainly from which metal? You have the advantage of 3 lives, so hang on to them if you can. This 80-pointer, often used for drinking tankards, pewter is made mainly from which metal?
Tin.
It is made out of tin, which means Roger faces an 85-pointer. Somebody ugly is said to have a face that will stop a what? Nikki has 3 lives. You've lost 2 already, Roger, so you must give me the correct answer here for this 85-pointer. Somebody ugly is said to have a face that will stop a what?
Complete guess, I'll say a horse.
Not a horse. The answer is a clock. And with that, the last of your lives disappears, I'm afraid. Bad luck.
I prefer stop a horse.
Never ever heard of that one.
I hadn't actually
No,
either.
not at all.
No. It's not the sort of thing you need to know, is it? If you think about it. Except at a moment like this, of course. Tin, where did tin come from, Nikki? That was...
I don't know, the far reaches of my mind.
Very good. Very
Chemistry exam long ago. Well done, because at the end of that, Nikki has triumphed, and in a moment she will attempt to beat the nation. But Roger, never mind, because we just don't know when to start throwing money away on this programme, do we?
Indeed, it's time for our Fame Game Challenge. And on the screen, Roger, you'll see pictures of 2 famous ex-beaux, fluff-bearded Justin Timberlake and chastity belt publicist Britney Spears. But for £100, which one could more of the nation identify? In other words, who's more famous or recognisable, Justin or Britney? To be honest, I wouldn't have known... Well, I mustn't say, in case I push you in any direction.
Britney.
Is better known, yes, I would say the same. Only because I don't know Justin Timberlake well enough. Well, let's see what percentage recognise Justin Timberlake, and let's hope it's a small amount. 25%, only a quarter, that's good. Britney Spears, what percentage recognise Britney Spears? Yes, 34%.
Only just.
Only just. That doesn't matter, just 1% would do, Roger. Don't be picky. But you do get £100, and thanks very much for being on the show.
Thank you.
Cheers.
So we say goodbye to Roger, but congratulations to Nikki, who is just 90 seconds and 10 correct answers away from winning today's show. That is, if you can beat the nation. And here's how you do it.
As you know by now, your first question is easy. It's one that 90 to 100% of Britain could answer. Get it right? We move on to a question that between 80 and 90% can answer, and so on. If you get a question wrong, you just keep getting questions from the same level until you do get one right.
So the questions keep getting harder and harder right up to the last level, where you'll have to answer a question that less than 10% of the nation knows the answer to. Well, Tim, Nikki had 3 lives intact at the end of the last round. Here she is.
She's already answered less than 10%, as did you. Second best bed, Shakespeare left to his wife very generously. She also got one that you didn't get right, did she?
Oh, keratin, yes. Indeed.
But she also knew that that Victoria and Albert before was called the South Kensington Museum. Fond of knowledge she is, so I'm confident.
OK, Nikki, prepare to beat the nation. Now, your first question, as you know, 90 to 100% of people could answer, and your 90 seconds starts now. In the abbreviation UN, the N stands for nations. What does the U stand for?
United.
It does, ages to 90. According to the title of Alfred Hitchcock's 1954 thriller, what was M dialed for?
Murder.
Yes, 70 to 80. Which word can be the object of a person's ambition and the unit of score in a game of association football?
Pass.
Goal. What is the first name of A.A. Milne's creation Pooh Bear?
Winnie.
That's right, 60 to 70. Mallorca is part of which group of Spanish islands?
Balearics.
It is, 50 to 60. Who famously coined the phrase, float like a butterfly, sting like a bee?
Muhammad Ali.
Yes, he did, 40 to 50. What does the P stand for in the abbreviation RSPCA?
Protection.
Prevention. Which movement was founded by Lord Baden-Powell?
Scouts.
Yes, it was. 30 to 40. Jacqueline Dupre is most associated with which musical instrument?
Cello.
Yes, 20 to 30. The Metropolitan, housed at the Lincoln Center, is the main opera company in which city?
New York.
It is. 10 to 20. The famous boulevard along the seafront at which French resort is known as La Croisette?
Cannes.
Yes, under 10%. Which Henry succeeded his father King John to the English throne in 1216?
Henry I.
Henry III. In which Dickens novel does the hero seek his fortune in the USA?
David Copperfield.
Martin Chuzzlewit. Rathlin Island lies off the coast of which county?
Cornwall.
Antrim. In which Latin American country is the Balboa the unit of currency? Oh, bad luck. Time's up. It was Panama. Well, you were just one question away at the end there. Well done. That was a very good run.
Got down to the less than 10% pretty quickly. Balboa, would you have known that in a million years?
No, I wouldn't.
No.
But don't worry, Nikki, you do get to try again on the next show, where you'll be joined by 3 brand new contestants, all trying to beat the nation. But before we all go this time, Tim is going to leave us with some more explosive statistics.
Well, here's some news to perplex Ian Hislop. Our data reveals that overall there is no difference in correctly answering our questions if you're a private eye reader or an hello reader.
Well, private eye or hello, don't forget that you at home can still pitch yourself against the nation at any time by logging on to 3ws.channel4.com/beat the nation. Once again, that's all. We'll see you next time.
See you and Nikki then. Bye.
Well, James Stewart stars in The Rare Breed. That's tomorrow's Western matinee at 1. Next today, big stars of daytime Richard Whiteley and Carol Vorderman take top billing. Countdown.